On 106 Live Radio. Atlanta's music leader.
Are you ready to make a change in your life? Are you ready to step it up and take control of your life? Well, you're in the right place. Get ready for an experience that will leave you feeling empowered and ready to take on the world. Stephani J is a certified professional and life coach who is dedicated to helping you get the results you want in your career, relationships, and life. She believes that we all have the power within us to make changes that will change our lives forever. This show is a safe space for you to discuss real life situations and unpack areas of life such as, but not limited to, love, relationships, marriage, divorce, career, work-life balance, C-suites, and more. Her goal is to inspire you to take action towards your goals by giving you practical advice that will help you feel empowered and confident in every area of your life. And now, your host, Stephani J.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Stephani J, and welcome to Live Coaching with Stephani J on 106 Live Radio, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. Listen, we have a special edition today because listen, I don't normally interview people because I believe life coaching is for Stephani J is for the culture. This is where I allow people to call in. I get to coach you, or we just being a part of the discussion, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, or if you listening live and want to call in. But this month, of course, you guys, I know that I told you guys this year, it's about everything new. So the month of January was everything wellness. For February, it was everything Black. March was everything women, and for the month of April is everything singles. So if you have not called part 1 and part 2 of Single Life, baby, you want to tune in because it was inspirational. It was empowerment. It was all about the single life, the good, the bad, just life coaching aspects of it, just to give you perspective. But today I have a special guest. I am going to interview him. His name is John the Love Dr. Porter. And it's going to be a treat for some. For those of you guys don't know us or our story, I met him back, October, November-ish on TikTok. I'm going to give you just a snippet, and the purpose of what we do kind of aligned. So he didn't know, this month I will be talking about singles and all that. But his book dropped, the end of March? The end of March. And I was like, you know what? It will be dope if I can have you on my show. This book, The 12 P's of Dating in the 21st Century, is just a whole lot of gems dropped in this one book. And I was like, wait a minute. Before you go on anybody else's show, you getting on mine. And I don't know how this conversation is going to go. If you guys know me, I like to shoot off the top of my head because sometimes when I write things down, I forget. So I'm all about vibe. I'm all about good energy. So because I am about that life, after the break, I'm going to bring him on and we're going to talk about 12 P's of dating in the 21st century. And we're going to talk about who is John the Love Dr. Porter up in here, okay? Feel free to be a part of the discussion. Call us at 404-464-8785. Call them up, ask questions, ask us questions, ask me questions, but most importantly, be a part of the conversation. If you are here tuning in on Facebook, holla at your girl, say, I'm here, sis, I'm in the room. If you are on the YouTube, I want to say, hey, I'm trying to see everybody when I'm coming up in here. And if you are tuning in on the app, or if you are tuning in from work, just listening in, I know you got your phone available. I need you to tune in on Facebook or YouTube and just type, I'm here, I'm listening in. I'm listening in. I'm at work, but I'm listening in. All right, so this is what I did. So this past week, to just kind of feel the temperature of the room, I've kind of been watching singles as I've been, getting prepared for this show. And I was like, okay, post a question on Facebook. And I was like, in this season of your life, would you prefer to date based on preference or purpose? And the whole comment section to me was It was hilarious. I got some really good feedback. Some was like, I'm dating with preference. Other was like, I'm done with that preference life. I'm all about purpose. And some people was like, to be honest with you, I'm dating for sport because the whole dating pool is trash. Take out the garbage. So it's interesting to see the perspectives of singles and where they are in their life, but most importantly, how hard it is to date really in the 21st century, trying to find the person that you are meant to do life with. It's not easy. It's extremely difficult. But what I've learned just having a copy of my book, I actually got the manuscript, but I was able to get those first deals. But what I noticed about this book is not only was a gem, it's about preparation, it's about perspective, it's about honing in on your individuality so that you know what you need, what kind of relationship you're in. And guess what? This is not just for people who's dating. If you are married, you're still supposed to date, right? Yeah. So you need to get this book, whether you're a single or married, and just go through it. It's scripture. It's oh my God. I'm not gonna give it all away. But we're gonna go on a quick break. And the next voice that you will see and hear is John the Love Dr. Porter. I can't wait. Get ready for a vibe. I really don't know how this is going to go because we are both clowns, but you'll see. But we live in that single life, but we doing life on purpose together. Let's go.
Life. Life.
106liveradio.com. Call us now
at 404-464-8785.
Hey, it's your girl, Stephanie J, and I'm going to show you this year how to take your life to the next level during my live coaching sessions. Join me every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and get a taste of coaching with a flair. Real life coaching with the authentic you in mind. It's time for you to step it up. I will see you in the room. Live coaching with Stephanie J on 106 Life Radio, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Live Coaching with Stephanie J on 106 Live Radio, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. I have a special guest with me. His name is John the Love Doctor Porter. He's very known. I didn't know this, but he was very known in these streets of Atlanta. But he did something really good for the singles community. He came out with a very phenomenal book, and it's called The 12 P's of Dating in the 21st Century. A man of wisdom. He has goals. He is a clown 1000%. So I really don't know what's going to come out of his mouth. However, be a part of the discussion, join the conversation as we get this thing cracking. All right, so let's bring this camera over here to my left. Thank you so much for joining me today.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
As if I had a choice.
No, you didn't have a choice. He didn't have a choice. It's all about me having that exclusive one-on-one with you before the masses grab you for this book, because this book is truly a gem. And I'm not just being biased because we go together real bad. I'm really big on transformation, recovery, and just people operating their fullness. And this book, I believe, do just that. So we're going to dive right in. We're going to start with the book. The 12 P's of Dating in the 21st Century. All right. What happened? Who happened? How did you get started? How was this downloaded? Give us a little backstory as to how you even got started with this book.
It was back in August of 2021. I actually was in the hospital, and I believe I had COVID at that time. Didn't know I had COVID, didn't test positive for COVID, but I was in the hospital. And during that time I was in the hospital, God told me that I was going to write a book. I started writing a book and, was kind of leaning toward my own autobiography about my life story, how I survived this, how I overcame that. And then probably a few months later, one of my favorite comedians in the whole wide world, Corey Holcomb, used to be on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and he used to give the absolute worst advice. So I created the moniker, the Love Doctor, on Facebook and Instagram, but I would also give the absolute best and worst advice. And that's something that's kind of been normal for me because people, ever since I was in middle school, high school, would always come to me and ask me for advice and, different insight about different things. And they know that it was going to stay there. And I tried to, uplift them with their relationship. And even now, college and years after college, people still come to me for relationship advice. And I was like, well, hey, maybe this is something I need to look into. So I prayed about it, and the Lord said, well, listen, I need you to write a book on relationships. And I want it to be a 3-part book. The first part, I need you to deal with the dating. The second part, which I'm currently working on, will be dealing with the relationship piece of it. And the last part will be the marriage piece. And I said that I would actually write that whenever I got married. So it's just kind of funny how things align. I met you September, October-ish. And just even at that time, I was out of work because of COVID. And I had time to sit down and really gather my thoughts and think about what I need to do. And one night I just stayed up all night and finished the book. And I just felt that it would be a blessing with the 12 P's because I know people need some kind of course to navigate through this dating scene in the 21st century when the dating pool has pee and poop in it.
Facts.
So I just wanted to be that inspiration and give them a guide so they could navigate and find happiness.
I love that. Did I hear that? Help you navigate. So in your opinion, in your experience of, and I didn't even do your just a true introduction. I just want to read a little bit about Mr. Porter, okay? He is a transplant to the Middle Georgia area. He grew up in Detroit, Michigan, and Gary, Indiana. He's a proud graduate of, let me say it in his voice, the Folk Valley State University and an active member of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. He is also the proud father to an amazing queen. Okay, Mr. Porter spent 20 years in law enforcement and mentored to several young men. His servitude reflects his motto, we are all called to serve. Just to give y'all kind of a backdrop. But when we talk about dating, of course, we see that you like to help people, you like to mentor and all of that. So I always ask people this question. What do you feel qualifies you to write something like this? Because, we have, let's say, the Kevin Samuels, and now you got the Terrence Whitfields, you got the TikTok, this and that. Everything is about singles. So what do you feel qualifies you? I know God qualified you, right, but so does our experiences. So can you share a little bit about how even your experiences, how probably have inspired you to write something like this?
I think for me, as I said earlier, from middle school, I've always kind of been intrigued with people in their relationships. And, I had to factor on my own relationships. I think I got 36, 37 plus years of experience of dating. And I think as a matter of fact, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, just got out of a relationship and I reached back to all of my exes. And I just pretty much asked them the same question, said, what could I have done better? while we were together, and what advice would you give the young lady that I'm dating now? So because I had to do that self-reflection so I could become a better person, because a lot of times, people always say that, man, I had bad relationships and, she was trash and he was trash and this, that, and the other. I can't say that because I had phenomenal people that I've dated because of my selection. And I've had awesome and amazing people. It was just the season that I was in that I wasn't ready.
Ooh.
And it kind of caused me those relationships. So I think my life experiences and witnessing my mom and dad, they were married 40 years until my mom transitioned. And just being surrounded by family members like my aunt Dean and Uncle Tat, they've been married for 70-something plus years.
Wow.
And they still love on each other just like the day they met.
Love that.
And just seeing people, enjoy love, because love is a beautiful thing. And contrary to popular belief, everybody can say that they don't want love. Everybody wants love. And so I think that my life experiences, plus seeing other people's life experiences, and most importantly, God qualified me to write this book.
If I had a mic, I would drop it. But the only thing I could do is this, like
mic drop.
Yeah. So you just said something so good, and because you are male, it to me it has even more meaning because a lot of men are not in tune with their emotions and feelings to be able to openly share how they feel. And the fact that you reached back into previous relationships and said, okay, you know what? I'm sick of dating wrong. Or, if I'm dating some phenomenal people, at some point I need to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I just may be the problem. So let's find out. So I think that was very significant what you did. And so let me ask you a question. What did they say when you reached back?
All of them pretty much. And the crazy part about it, I still have wonderful relationships with my exes. And I think that speaks volumes. All of them pretty much said across the board that once you do settle down and get married and the timing is right, you're going to be an exceptional husband. It was just a timing thing for us. One in particular was when my mom passed away. And I didn't properly grieve.
Wow.
And that affected that relationship because at that time I was doing everything to kind of undergird the pain that I was feeling. And she tried to hang on. But she eventually got tired of my mess and she moved on. So it was just moments like that, just actually self-reflection, because at the end of the day, you can't fix what you aren't willing to face.
Come on, somebody.
And I just wanted to be better for the next person.
Okay, so you said something, and it can come off controversial. So I want to nip it in the bud, right? Just for the people who, and I've seen this so many times. You said I still have great relationships with my exes. What do you mean by that?
When I say great relationships, they are exes. And matter of fact, a bunch of them are married.
Right.
But we still have an open communication because, as I said, we spent years and lives together. But there are boundaries. I want to put that out. And, because they met certain family members and, they still want to keep in contact with them, which is cool. And you have to establish boundaries. And when I say we're cool, there's no animosity. There's no ill will. There's no hate. We all, get along still. And actually a couple of them met their husbands and, it's just that. I wouldn't say we're friends. We are friends, but we still are exes because there is a difference.
That is a huge difference. Are y'all hearing this? Are y'all tuning this conversation? For those of you all are just tuned in, we are wrapping up the month of April with the single life, and we're ending it with this amazing book, The 12 P's of Dating. So we're talking more in depth about, what does that mean to date in the 21st century, and tuning in on who is John the Love Dr. Porter. Now, if you go to his Facebook and Instagram page, he's a whole clown in these streets. So I need you to look at the post, laugh at the post, and understand that this man right here is a big ball of wisdom. Real talk. But he loves to see people laugh. He loves to see people smile. He loves to motivate. He loves to do all those things. When we come back, we're going to dive more deeper into the book and with John, the Love Dr. Porter. And we're going to dive a little deeper. So stay right there. We'll be right back after the break.
I was always taught to be strong. Never let them think you care at all. Let no one get close to me before you and me. I done shared things with you, girl, about my past that I'd never tell to anyone else. Just keep it to myself. Girl, I know I lack affection and expressing my feelings. It took me a minute to come and admit this, but see, I'm really trying to change now. Wanna love you better, show me how. I'm trying desperately, baby, please work with me. Show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Yeah. Teach me how to love, how I can get my emotions involved. Yeah. Teach me, show me how.
Download the 106 Live Radio app from your Google Play Store. Or find us on the TuneIn app.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
Back again.
Join prophetess Sophia Ruffin and prophetess Tish Shearer, sponsor of the Bridge Club crew, for the Prisoner of War in the Mind Conference at the Renaissance Concourse Atlanta Airport Hotel on June 2nd to June 4th. Are you ready for nights of networking, healing, and deliverance? Well, this is an event you don't want to miss. Call into the Bridge Club crew any Thursday from now to June 1st and be the 6th caller for your chance to win one of 2 free tickets to the event. The Prisoner of War in the Mind Conference. For more information and for ticket prices, visit powinthemind.eventbrite.com.
Olivia from Washington. Laid off and trying to keep our little kids from realizing that mommy and daddy haven't eaten in a while.
Roger from California. I'm grateful we could afford our son's surgery. I'm nervous that now we can't really afford food.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Donna from Louisiana. The storm just hit, and we went from donating to the food bank to needing it.
Keisha from South Carolina. I've been skipping meals so my 2 kids can eat, but filling up on water doesn't really work.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad
This is
Council.
Willie from the Male Perspective on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. The Male Perspective is a show where men talk about things that men talk about, getting to the real meat and heart of the matter from the male perspective. No holds barred. The truth on 106liveradio.com. Also tune in to YouTube to watch us live. Call in 404-464-8785 and voice your opinion and be heard live from the Male Perspective.
The Word of God is the most instrumental part of a believer's life. How do we approach life while honoring the Word? Well, we want to talk about it. Join us on Life Talk as we talk through life with the Word every first and third Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. right here on 106 Inspiration.
Maximize your brand. Calling all hosts. Have you ever dreamed of hosting your own show? Well, 106 Live Radio platform is looking for positive, creative, self-motivated individuals and groups. Here you can host your own program. If you are serious and interested in joining our growing platform, Team 106 is happy to host you at our state-of-the-art studio. Please reach out to us at 404-622-4152 or send us an email at contactus@106liveradio.com. Bring your best self.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to tell everyone else.
Ladies and gentlemen.
About 106liveradio.com.
106liveradio.com. Call us now at 404-464-8785.
I was told the true definition of a man was to never cry, work till you're tired, got to provide, always be the rock for my fam, protect them by all means, and give you the things that you need, baby. Our relationship is suffering, trying to give you what I never had. You say I don't know how to love you, babe. Well, I say show me the way. I keep my feelings deep inside, I shadow them with my pride. I'm trying desperately, baby, just work with me. Show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Yeah. Teach me how to love. Yeah. How I can get my emotions involved. Yeah. Teach me. Show me how to love. Show me the way to surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Teach me how to love. How I can get my emotions involved. Yeah. Teach me how to love. I was always taught to be strong. Never let them think you care at all. Let no one get close to me. Before you and me, I done shared things with you, girl, about my past that I'd never tell to anyone else. Just keep it to myself.
Hey, welcome back to Live Coaching with Stephanie J on 106 Live Radio, where excitement meets diversity. For those of you all that just tuned in, I have the John Love Dr. Porter up in here, and we're talking about his new book, which is The 12 P's of Dating in the 21st Century. Okay, we're going to dive a little deeper.
Uh-oh, here we go.
And so y'all know how I do it. So if y'all been following me for a minute, you don't know what was really about to pop out my mouth. And I had to do my research on Mr. Porter before I decided to engage in a friendship with him initially. And the social media is like everybody's resume, right? Yeah, so everybody's resume. And so I'm looking at his resume and looking at his Facebook and Instagram. I'm like, oh Lord, help. Who is this dude?
I've been delivered.
But I also noticed that we had mutual friends. Y'all know how Facebook can connect you to people that you know. And talk to some friends. They was like, yo, you know what? He's a stand-up guy. And everybody knows me. I'm not one to hang around a lot of people. I kind of stay to myself. I'm on this journey of purpose. So I'm really careful about people that I kind of let in. So, he came off as a friend, as a genuine friend. And I just want to talk about to that point, because there was no, I guess, pursuit, like a strong pursuit. It was just a genuine friendship, just two clowns clowning around, and it just kind of developed into what we're doing now, which is courtship. We don't call it dating, we call it courtship. All right, so we're gonna dive into two things because I posed this question on Facebook, and I'm gonna pose it to you. First, the question I'm gonna ask you is, how has this book helped you in your singlehood?
For one, it actually helped me develop myself and prepare me for actually courting you. A lot of times, we think we know what we're doing, but we don't. But it actually kind of gave me a visual aid, a mental aid to kind of, like I said, a roadmap to go by. And one of the things I want to piggyback what you said about us when we first started, we started out as friends, and it was funny because it was no pressure. We was just cooling, hanging out, talking on the phone for 3, 4, 5 hours a day. And it just sort of happened, and messed around and found myself catching feelings. And so we
doggone it.
Yeah, those doggone feelings. And so I messed around, and I think I called you one day, and you didn't pick up, and that's how I knew that I had feelings. And I was like, hey, whoa, I'm used to talking to her all the time. And I was in my feelings because she didn't pick up the phone. And so I was like, well, hold on, JP, get out your feelings and let's have a conversation. It said, and he called me. I did, because I was told off. So I was in my feelings. So I said, well, next time she called me, I'm going to fix her. I'm not going to answer the phone.
How did that work for you?
Yeah. So when we talked that night, I said, well, listen, I don't talk to my friends for 4 and 5 hours at a time. And I done messed around and caught feelings for you. So what we going to do? She said, we still going to be friends. So that actually coincides with one of the P's in the book about persistence.
Ooh.
And, I knew that if, I stayed, but being a friend, but I also realized that friendship formed that solid foundation between us two. Because before you could date anybody seriously, I would always suggest that you establish a strong friendship and get to really know that person. And it's funny, like you was asking people about me, I did the same about you, and they, pretty much said
what they say.
Oh, they said you were good people, a great people. Say you're phenomenal people. So I did my background on you as well. So yeah.
So what I'm doing, and he doesn't know what I'm doing, I'm formulating how he actually took his own advice in his book before he tried to approach a solid female like me. And I call myself a solid female is because I did the due diligence and the work on myself to operate in my full self before I decided to date again. If you guys been following my journey this month, I've been talking about like real talk, really raw about my single journey. So before I allowed somebody's son to come up in my life, I had to know who I was first. So that because what women don't understand, because we're naturally nurturers, you can get lost in a relationship and you can also get lost in a marriage too. So if you don't know your own identity, if you don't want, number one, know your identity in Christ, and you don't know your identity as an individual, you will never know how to combine and see the true alignment and purpose when it comes to a relationship, or even know what to look for, or how to present yourself, or where to position yourself. So if you really want to know how to position yourself correctly, number one, you need to get this book. Two, you need to do your own due diligence on yourself. Or he made a really good suggestion. Look back on your previous relationship and say, you know what could I have done wrong? If you're the one that fumbled, or you keep getting people that are fumbling you, what is it? Right. Because we have to do that self-reflection. So I'm just using us as an example because, again, we're no different than anybody else that's trying to figure out how you align with the person next to you. But, I got to share a funny story. So one thing about this in the 21st century, this is not like it's different because you are trying to figure out somebody that, one, you didn't grow up with, you didn't go to college with, you didn't go to high school with, you didn't go to the same church, you didn't go to the same community groups, you ain't in the same frat, fraternity, whatever. You don't know this person, so you're walking on eggshells. So the best thing is to go into this thing as friends. And I'm telling you, he's right. I didn't answer the phone because, I was busy. And I will never forget what he said, y'all. And this helped me to realize, like, in the community, he is known as that dude. Okay.
So you gonna tell this story?
Oh, you want to tell it?
No, go ahead.
It's funny to me. I will always laugh at this. So I got to share this little tidbit. Because it's going to help it's going to help a lot of people. Are y'all ready for this? So, I didn't answer the phone because I'm busy. Again, I'm 100% entrepreneur. So my mindset is not about getting that bag. It's about really finding the people that I'm supposed to do life with in this season when it comes to the God-given purpose that God has given me, right? So he knows that it's good that he's in alignment. Like, I love what you're doing. I want to push what you're doing, your agenda. I think you're dope, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Great. I don't know how you're supposed to be in my life though. Because when I saw him, I was like, yo, he's got straight Debo security guard vibes all over him. So if I'm ever asked to speak, you gonna travel with me? He was like, yeah. He played the role real well, real soft and whatnot. And so I kept him in the friend box. Y'all know how we do that as females. And one day, out of nowhere, in the middle of a conversation, he goes, "You just don't know how dope I am, do you? Because I'm that dude." And I just sat there. I first of all, I was in utter shock that you just mid-sentence come out of nowhere with it. And I said, "No, I don't. I don't know you."
That's exactly what she said too.
I don't know you. I didn't grow up with you. I didn't go to Fort Valley State. I have family in Detroit, but I didn't grow up with you. So I'm still getting to know you. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't care how they see you. I want to know who you are behind closed doors, because that's the person I'm going to have to deal with. Yeah. I don't care what accolades you got. I don't care if you mayor of doggone Macon, Georgia. I don't care. If you coming home to me, I want to know who that guy is. Show me who that guy is, okay? What Deb Jackson said, friendship makes all the difference. I'll have 39 years Friday. Whoa, I love that.
That's my first cousin, Deb.
Nice.
And they're one of the pillars that I look up to. 39 years of marriage. And I'm talking about in
26
love,
years. I love that, Sid. I love that.
Yeah.
But that's key. A lot of people are so, and again, this is the life coach coming out of me. So many women and people are, AJ, are so caught up in the looks and the accolades and what are they doing or what their finances look like. I did the do with the money. I did the do with the looks, and that yield me no results. I want to know what that substance look like behind the scenes, because that's the person I'm going to deal with day to day. What does your faith look like? Are you mentally, physically, and emotionally stable human being? Can we have adult conversations? Can we have adult arguments? Do you fight fair? Those are the key things that you have to consider when you are dating, especially in the 21st century. We got it all wrong, y'all. Seriously. You going to all these beautiful weddings, and a year later, child, they out. I want to be married past the wedding, because the real wedding, the real work begins after the glitz and glam is over. I've done it. I'm a divorcee here, okay? And I said, I can't wait to have a do-over, because now that I got the 12 P's of dating, now that I got my self-care, and I know who I am, and I know I'm in alignment with God, and I'm in alignment with my purpose, whoever comes alongside of me, it has to make sense. Now, feel free, if y'all have something y'all want to say, you join in on the conversation, feel free to call us at 404-464-8785 and be a part of the discussion. Thank y'all again for tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, or just listening in at your desk. You can catch it on a replay. Now that I put that story out there, what was your plan when it comes to, strong, you said perseverance and persistence. And I noticed what you were is patient, but can you talk about that patience when it comes to, let's use us as an example of how you approach me? Because to be honest with you, I was just coming out of something.
Right. I think for me, you have to know, and that comes with prayer. And in this season that I was in, because I was kind of myself getting out of something as well. And you have to learn how to be patient, and that comes with getting to know one another. But more importantly, I was at a season in my life, I was praying, I was like, Lord, I'm in this season where I need to be focused on trying to find her. And when I say her, that means my good thing, my wife. And I knew that it was going to definitely take patience, because I said, well, I did the work on myself. I'm ready and I'm healed and I'm ready to take things to the next level. But what really got me was not only the prayer, it was the purpose piece. Because when you're dating for purpose versus preference, the relationship is all the more better, because you're dating with something and someone else in mind, versus the preference, because as you get older and gravity's gonna pull things down, and people will get sick, and at the end of the day, you need to know who's gonna genuinely have your back.
That's it.
And the good looks are gonna wear off. And you just have to, like I said, like we did, establish that friendship first. And then, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But like you said, it took patience because and I was patient because I knew what I saw in you. So I knew that I had to be patient and not try to rush anything, because a lot of times when we start rushing things, we tend to get in our own way, and then we tend to mess things up. So I just waited on God, and just was obedient to Him, and just looking forward to doing purpose in life with you.
Did I heard that? I'm looking forward to doing purpose. He didn't say I'm not looking to spend more time with you. I'm trying to see if your purpose and my purpose is going the same way.
Right.
I mean, it's one thing to date, and it's one thing to court. And now somebody posed this question, like, what is dating? What does that look like? Is it going to the bar and waiting to get picked up? Is it hanging out with your homegirls and somebody steal you away for a second? Is it, how do you want to be presented? That's the big question. I made the decision, if you looked at my last show, I was like, you know what? I don't like going to bars like that. I may go, every now and again to be social, but you're not about to see me just sitting there by myself at the bar, waiting to get picked up. You're not going to see me. I said, Lord, if you feel like I'm ready, present me and let Him find me, because I'm not in these streets. I'm not for the streets. Never have been for the streets. Matter of fact, I don't even have an experience really. But I knew that something about me was special, and where I was going, it's going to take a strong individual to be able to walk alongside of me, and whatever that looks like. So with you, do you feel that, this book, do you feel like, one, you're in your own alignment where you have vision, where you want to go? And how do you feel I align with that in this season of your life? Because we go through different seasons.
Right. Without a shadow of a doubt, I feel as if though that I'm definitely aligned for the assignment. I really think that, you think about this, you had already created your lineup for your shows.
I did.
For the month. And it's not ironic or haphazardly that I ironically finished the book at the end of March. And I think a lot of times we hear God, but we still do what we want to do. And I believe that once you become obedient and do you listen to what God is telling you, you will fall in line with your assignment. And I knew that my assignment was aligned with yours, because I told you a while back, I said, I did say you're absolutely dope person. I said, but we were meant to do life together with purpose. I said, both of us are kingdom kids, and we're kingdom minded, and we're going to be doing kingdom business. And I really feel as if though that's part of our alignment for our assignment. If that makes sense.
It does make sense. It does make sense. I can't see the chat, but it's going in here. It's going in here. But feel free to call us, guys, at 404-464-8785 if you have any questions for John the Love Dr. Porter or myself, Stephanie J. It's not time to go to break. Okay, good. That's right. A bar. Purpose versus preference. We got 2 minutes. Let me see. So I'm going to do a thing. I got some questions in here. So when we come back from the break, I need you to get ready, because you answering these questions.
I plead the fifth.
You answering these questions. Somebody said, Carter JC said, I said this on a podcast I was a guest on. You have to come. It kind of disappeared. You see it?
It says you have to come in a relationship with your own purpose and see if they match up with the person you're dating. You're absolutely right.
You're absolutely right. You have to do that. So I'm excited about this book. I need y'all to go and get this book. Okay. We only got 15 minutes left in this show. But I need you guys to really take in all the nuggets and all the gems from this, and you just learn from it. I saw a testimony on his page. Somebody has basically stripped the book with, wrote all over it because they're really trying to really get in. Like, what is the problem? It's so many women that are single and no kids, and and really long in desire for that person. I teach a table for one workshop that I'm going to put out. It's a part of my series, my relationship detox series. And it brings you back to, okay, you want to know what it is? Well, let's do a deep dive as to what it is. Can you truly say you cleaned yourself from previous relationships? Do you really think you're ready for a relationship? Are you ready to share? Are you all about commitment? Are you all about putting somebody else's needs before your own? Are you all about alignment? Are you all about purpose? Do you even know what your purpose is? And what I've learned in this journey with life coaching is most people don't even know what your purpose is. And sometimes you look for your purpose in someone else. That's wrong, because you can get lost in somebody else's purpose and you can become a shadow to someone else's life.
Big facts.
And then you look up one day and you just like, who am I? What am I doing? What do I even like anymore? I've done that. Been there, done that, can write the book. But I will say, when you learn who you are, and when you're trying to get in alignment and you truly desire to be in a healthy relationship, do the work. Do the work on yourself. Find your purpose. And if you don't, you have a life coach or a therapist that are there to help you get into alignment. All right. So when we get back from break, John the Baptist, John the Love Doctor Porter is going to answer some of these questions. Okay. And we're going to wrap it up, man. This has been fun.
It has.
It's been fun. You good? You good over there?
I'm good.
You solid? Solid as rock. Yo, he is the dude in these streets. I was like, yo, I promise you, we posted one picture of ourselves at the Mardi Gras this past March. And I saw these comments. I was like, yo, who are you? I'm real, like, in this corner. Who are you? I need to do some more research.
I'm just a humble servant.
Oh, that's nice. Nice and modest. All right, when we come back, we're going to wrap it up with some questions. Feel free to call us at 404-464-8785 on 106 Live Radio. Stay tuned.
106liveradio.com. Call us now at 404-464-8785.
106 Live Radio is broadcasting live from Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States to a global audience. Our radio station has a prominent international presence, which has grown to over 185 countries and is still growing. We stand behind our experienced on-air personalities and DJs to deliver clean and up-to-date content, which will leave a positive impact on all communities that we serve.
Don E. Miller, licensed professional counselor. He has the formula for wholeness: encourage, empower, educate, enrich. It's called the E effect, and it will change your life. The E effect will empower the individual who may be mentally impaired to get involved in programs to help them live a productive life. These programs, which also enrich those in need by providing education and information, which promotes a high quality of life. For more information, call Don E. Miller at 678-741-5337 or visit the website at www.theeffect.net.
Join Prophetess Sophia Ruffin and Prophetess Tish Shearer for the Prisoner of War in the Mind Conference at the Renaissance Concourse Atlanta Airport Hotel on June 2nd to June 4th. Are you ready for a night of networking, healing, and deliverance? Well, this is an event you don't want to miss. The Prisoner of War in the Mind Conference. For more information and for ticket prices, visit powinthemind.eventbrite.com.
Over my good. Looking to get away, relax your mind, or take a short trip to your favorite destination? Then book your next trip with Love Travels. With Love Travels, your next trip or vacation will be an enjoyable one. No trip is too large or too small. Love Travels specializes in wine tours, land vacations, and cruises. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, not many people could book a vacation. But at Love Travels, you can now book your next vacation or trip with us. Contact Tilda Love for a consultation and booking information at 404-981-7457 or email at lovetravels590@gmail.com. At Love Travels, we love vacations.
Join us on the Tanasha Gray Show for Women Empowerment with Dr. Trisella Hicklin. Tune in on Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's a special broadcast happening on April 14th, 21st, and 28th on 106liveradio.com.
Every 2 minutes, an American is sexually assaulted. The majority of victims know their attacker. It could be your friend, your neighbor, or someone you met at a party. If you said no, it's rape, and it's a crime. This is Christina Ricci with RAIN. Call the National Sexual Assault Hotline today at 1-800-656-HOPE or visit rain.org. That's RAINN.org.
Brought to you by RAIN and this station.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and be sure to tell everyone else.
Ladies and gentlemen.
About 106liveradio.com.
What I never had. You say I don't know how to love you, babe. Well, I say show me the way. I keep my feelings deep inside. I shadow them with my pride. I'm trying desperately, baby. Just work with me. Show me the way to.
Welcome back, y'all. Listen, this hour went by so fast. So fast. I have truly enjoyed myself with JP. This is AKA Bay. Yes, we go together real bad. And I've met my, my purpose over preference. So I appreciate you being persistent because, man, did I keep telling you no.
Yeah, you did. And I think you kind of slick just called me ugly, too.
You know what? We're not doing that. We're not doing that on this live. We're going to behave. So I got some questions from our audience, okay? We got time for like 2, and then we're going to wrap it up. All right. But before we do that, somebody asked a question in chat. How do you start? Where do you start as far as being aligned with your purpose? I have a good plug for you. You need to come to my workshop. It's called, I have two. That's called one, I Am Stuck, and another one that's called Determining Your Why. If you don't know about those workshops, baby, I've seen people's lives be transformed, have those aha moments. I've had testimonials where people say, you know what, I didn't came to that workshop and I don't even know what my life looks like before because it doesn't look the same. If you're trying to come to one of my workshops, you need to subscribe to my email list. Go to my website and subscribe, www.yourstepitupcoach.com. Listen, the information is there, the resources is there. I'm from the old school. You can't take a horse to the water. You can take the horse to the water, but you cannot make them drink. So if you truly want healing, if you truly want purpose, if you truly want to do the work internally, hit me up. I'm only thinking about serious people who really trying to do life for real. I've been doing this life. Is the water is nice and warm over here. I'm doing real good. So just want to get people on the other side and off the sidelines of life. All right. Let's get to it. You ready?
Here we go.
All right. First question. What you got?
What advice would you give to someone struggling in their relationship?
Ooh.
That's a good one. It depends. I think if you're really, really invested and you really, really care about this person, I think that you all need to figure it out with some type of counseling. Go to your pastor, go to some sober-minded people that you know have been married or been in a relationship for a while. I think part of the problem in today's society, people are in these microwave relationships. They want it real hot, quick, and fast, and then when things don't work out, they head out on the first sign of trouble and they're out. Relationships take work. I don't care, what you see on the internet. It takes work, and it takes two people working together for a common goal because they're on the same team. So I think you should try, like I said, counseling, talking to people that's, every relationship has its, storms. But the key to it is surviving the storm. And I think you need to talk to people, without putting all your business out. Talk to someone that you trust. Talk to your counselor. Talk to your pastor. Get counseling, therapy, or life coach, because it's okay to have Jesus, therapist, and a life coach.
That's it. And another thing too, stop telling your business just because you want to get it out.
Right.
Be intentional. If you feel worse than where you started, maybe that wasn't the person you were supposed to unpack with. I'm just gonna leave it there. All right, let's do it. Next question.
One more.
And one more.
I think we already discovered
We discussed that one, yeah.
Preference or purpose when looking for a spouse. Definitely purpose. I just been blessed to have both. I have my purpose partner, and she happens to be my preference. So I've been blessed on both ends, even though she slick called me ugly.
I did not. You know what? We ain't about to do this. Now, he a low-key clown. If you've seen anything on his social media, if you've seen changes on his posts, yeah. I said, you better not go back into Facebook, Jill. You hear me? You hear me, John the Baptist?
Amen.
You better not. So he been real good in these social media streets. But he has, if anything, real talk, he was at a crossroad himself. It's like, okay, I can't keep putting this trash out here, but because I really want to help people get into a purpose-filled relationship. I said, okay, then you need to stop trash talking. Now he is a low-key comedian, so I get it. You can't be so literal, but people are truly trying to find happiness. They're trying to find what happiness looks like for them. And you are such a powerful resource in the community. So, to whom much is given, much is required, yo.
Facts.
So you can't be out here saying what you want to, because your life is not your own. And that's just to anybody who has a platform. You know how this goes. You can't just be out here just frivolously saying whatever you want to. You cannot. You have a responsibility to yourself and your community and your following, your tribe, people who look up to you. So you have to be careful, how you put things out there, because when they're really going through something, they look into you, they're looking for, that God in you that they saw initially, so you got to be ready, because these people hurting out here in these streets. All right, while we wrapping it up, 12 P's of Dating. Go get the book on Amazon. Okay, it is out there for you. And for those of you all have ADHD, it's a quick read. Very quick read. You can go ahead, you can write in this book, you can break things down. I would advise you, don't just read it just to say you read it and check done. Take your time, go through the different P's and write down some things that spoke to you, so that when it's time for you to date again, you are dating with purpose. Because those plan, if you don't fail, what is it? You don't fail to plan, you plan to fail. Did I say it right?
You said it right.
All right. So while we're wrapping up, a couple things. If you're not following me already, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I am Stephani.J. Follow the 12 P's of Dating, the book, on Instagram, or follow him on Facebook, John Porter, because he drops some serious bishop-like gems, because he's still a church boy at heart, from the Fort Valley State. But he really be dropping them, y'all. He will get you through your day. Especially with me, a couple events that are coming up. I have my ladies. This is just for you. You trying to find purpose and find a spouse, honey. You need to tap back into your feminine energy. And what we mean by that is we are so in male dominated positions, whether it's at work, whether you're a single mom, whether you're single, and you're forced to be in male dominated things, doing male. So you need to be able to tap back into both. And I'm going to help you do just that with fun, fellowship, dancing, because y'all know I'm a dancer, and some empowerment coaching. That's next Saturday, May 6th from 2 to 5 p.m. Be ready to have an experience, okay? Go to my link in my bio on Facebook, Instagram, or my website and sign up today. You have to be in the room. Last but not least, in preparation for the 12 P's of Dating, I also have some courses, so you pretty much can get on my waiting list, which is Relationship Detox, and I have something special for my married people. It's called Marriage Reset Series. Those are all rolling down the pipe, so you want to be a part of that. I'm doing special for my life after divorce people, so stay tuned. But I'm all about everything life coaching. If anything, I want to see you in the next room. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I got the exclusive right here on 106 Live Radio. One of many. Purchase his book. Purchase Bay's book. All right? Love y'all. Have a good day.
To surrender my heart. Girl, I'm so lost. Teach me how to love, how I can get my emotions involved. Yeah. Teach me how to love. I was always taught to be strong. Never let them think you care at all. Let no